So we've been tracking the saga of the TNA television deal. And we've been I feel like I've been talking about this goddamn television deal. Like, no, I've been talking about them getting a new TV deal since I've been in podcasting, since I came back to the podcasting world back in 2021. I don't know how many, like, I could go back to Fight Game Media and I could probably count out how many times this topic's come up. And then since we've been on Voices of Wrestling Network and we've had our own YouTube channel, I couldn't imagine how many times I've had to clip a TV deal discussion. It's been for like over 4 years since I've been talking about this, and it seems like we're getting closer and closer. But I'm just gonna play what Carlos Silva told Nick Nemeth, and he told Jonathan Coachman here. So here's Carlos Silva on the Coach and Nick Nemeth's radio show on the Busted Open Network.
So where are we at right now on a potential streaming deal or a potential television deal?
So yeah, one and the same in today's world for sure. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. It's the same place we were last week. I sort of made some statements on a couple of platforms that we are literally every single day. In fact, I had a call on Monday, and we're working with lawyers to get the deal together. So I feel good about it. It's moving forward. And we're gonna get a deal done, and we're gonna be on a new platform in 2026. And
hold on, let me play that part one more time.
Moving forward, and we're gonna get a deal done, and we're gonna be on a new platform in 2026. And it's like everything. I can't really talk about it yet till the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. But I feel really good about it. I'm super excited about the partnership and where it's going to take TNA. So I would just say, stay tuned. Give me a little bit of time, but look, it's October 8th today, and 2026 isn't far off. So I think something's going to be in the books very soon.
All right. So I thought that was really important there, because he's always talked about it like he was pretty confident. But right there, and I played it twice, right there, he said that oh shit, I think Jackson Dart just went down. Jackson Dart is down, and Russell Wilson is throwing the ball. Oh God, that can't be good. I think if you're a Giants fan, you're probably pretty sick right now. But I made sure to play that twice because it was important. He said, we're going to get a deal done, and he said emphatically, we're going to be on a new platform in 2026. If this guy doesn't get this goddamn deal done, he's toast. Like, he's got to go. That's all there is to it. If for whatever reason this deal doesn't get done, I think not only do I think it's going to get done, I think it is done. But if it doesn't happen, you're gone, bro. Like, that's your whole job and your whole identity, like the whole mission statement since you've been in the company is to get this TV deal done. And if it doesn't get done, you got to go. That's all there is to it. They got to find someone else that knows this business, because he would have set his company up for failure by creating an expectation and being so public about it, and creating an expectation that you couldn't live up to. I don't think this guy is a dumb guy. I think that they are very confident that they've had this deal in the bag for a long time. And now it looks like the lawyers are talking over the papers and they're just finalizing it. I think that this deal is done, and I get the feeling that we're going to hear it on Bound for Glory. But because I keep saying that, chances are we're not going to hear about it on Bound for Glory. So, but it very, very much looks like it's going to be 2026. We'll get a new TV deal, and sooner rather than later, we'll hear that the deal is done. And Alter, I am with you. I freaking hope so. Yeah, because I'm really just sick of talking about this TV deal. I've been talking about it for 4 years, and look, it's going to be important. But if it's a lateral move, I think that's a disappointment. And what am I talking about? A lateral move? If they end up on Tubi, I would say that's a lateral move. Now, everybody in the world has Tubi, right? A lot of people have it on their TVs and they have it on their devices, and they don't even know it, because, like, I've never met a single goddamn person that regularly watches Tubi. I've had Tubi forever, and like occasionally I'll be looking for a movie, like a classic movie, and it'll be on Tubi, and I'll watch. And it's ad supported, but the ads, like a lot of sometimes it can be really bad, but I think the last year or so it's gotten better. But if that's where it's at, I don't think that's like this huge television deal. I think it's got to be CW level or bust. And what do I mean by CW level? CW would obviously put them in the most amount of homes. Technically, Tubi could potentially put them in the most amount of homes, but WWE Evolves have been on Tubi and literally nobody watches it, right? MLW was trying to get on Tubi years ago, and that whole deal fell through because WWE was on Fox, and they killed the deal. Like Stephanie McMahon went, and that's why MLW can now afford Killer Cross, can afford Shotzi Blackheart, and all these other talents are coming in. But if they would have ended up on there, that would not have been a big deal. And so I would say TNA ending up on Tubi would not be a big deal unless Fox goes all in, and promotes it on their main networks and things like that. Now, if it's like a Tubi deal with Fox One, where the pay-per-views go to Fox One and like their specials on Fox Net, like Fox Sports, I could be talked in that. Or if it's like a joint, like if it's on FS1 and Tubi, I could be talked in that. But if it's just on Tubi, that's not a big deal. And Tubi doesn't pay a lot for content. So, if it's that, that's not that big of a deal. But CW, I think that's a big deal. If you're on CW, I think you have the potential to be a big time TV show. I know that the money is not going to be like AEW level, but I do think that they could compete with and I said this last week, and some guy called me out on it. Odd Jobs on Voices of Wrestling. He's a very big AEW fan, doesn't like TNA, and he goes, when I was questioning whether or not in the Discord, I was questioning whether or not TNA would end up on CW and like the different possibilities. And in the beginning of that clip that I played with Carlos, he said that TV deals and streaming deals are one and the same. They're interchangeable. And it kind of made it seem like, and Aaron Quinn talked about it, it kind of made it seem like it was a streaming deal and not a TV deal. I just re-listened to it and it's like, okay, I could see that maybe. I think he's obfuscating a little bit. I think he's trying not to play his hand, despite the fact that he once told everybody exactly what the price is for the show. But I think it's a real possibility that it ends up just being on streaming. Now, Peacock, I would say Peacock would be a bigger deal than Tubi. More people watch Peacock because there's more premium programming on Peacock. I know Tubi is going to have an NFL game, but that's not going to be exclusive to Tubi. Peacock is going to have exclusive NFL games. They're going to have exclusive NBA games. They're still going to have Saturday night's main event. They're still going to have NXT. So there's a lot of programming that they would be able to, get the rub from. And then of course they got premium movies that come straight to Peacock. So I think if it's a Peacock and like TNA is just on Peacock, like the TV show every week, I think that's a big deal. And then if they can somehow get the pay-per-views and the monthly events, I think that's a big deal. And they could still keep their app internationally. Now Paramount, that would be Mike's personal choice, Paramount, because I'm not a subscriber to Peacock anymore. But my personal choice would be Paramount because my daughter won't let me cancel Paramount because she really likes Dora the Explorer and Paw Patrol. And then my son will probably start watching television here in like a year or so, and he will probably like those TV shows too. So my personal pick would be Paramount. I'm still leaning towards CW, but there's other possibilities out there. Okay. All right. TV deal talk out of the way. All right.